Morning. This is our knife skills class. Boop, boop, boop. How's everybody today? We're going to be learning knife skills. I hope you're ready. Lots to do. Lots to do. I am. How's everybody doing? All right, let's share it out, and then we are going to talk about knife skills. How's everybody? You guys all doing good? It's supposed to be at 10, but I have another appointment, so I made it a little bit earlier and sent out. I made a video. I don't know if you guys saw it, but here we are right now. Yippee! Talking knife skills. So, I think when you want to cook at home, you must invest in good knives, and you're going to be able to see them. I don't know if I'm able to put them in my showcase today. I'm going to try and see if I make it happen so that you guys can get knives. I know they're in there, so I wish I knew better how to do that, but we'll figure it out today. Hello. All right. So I want you guys to figure out, I want you to get more confidence. I want you to really understand how to use knives. Hi, Daisy. Thanks for my heart. And we're just gonna sort of dig in and understand knives, how to use them, how to cut with them. I'm gonna put some coffee on. So I just realized, hey, did I make coffee yet today? All right. And then we have our knives. Utility, chef, serrated. Now, the most important thing is a sharp knife, right? Because if you don't have a sharp knife, come on, dude, let's go. Go somewhere else. We're not about this already today. All right, here we go. So I have 3 different kinds of vegetables we're gonna cut throughout the day. And wait, I'm just putting my sweater on because it's a little chilly. I mean, is it still freaking chilly in March? I don't get it. It's kind of crazy. It's all right. We can handle it. We got this. We're tough. All right. Oh, and here's my chef knife. Okay, good. Got all my knives out. Now, we've done this a couple of times, but I thought it would be fun. That was crazy, right, John? I know. I mean, it's bad. I don't know if you've been going live lately, because it's been a little nutty, right? It's nice to meet you, Mariama. Does that say Mariama? Mary. We'll call you Mary. I'm drinking water, TikTok. Okay, so in order to cook at home, and you really want to cook and you're enjoying it, because we know food out is just, very expensive and not actually, I don't know. I just had this conversation the other day with somebody. It has not been terrific, right? Hold on, I need my chair. Hold, please. I have to fix something. Just 1 minute. Okay, there. That's it. Okay. There's not enough time in the day to prepare for everything I need to do. But I know you guys know that. And you see creators, we're all just running around. Okay, now, let me see. I feel like the words got smaller or my eyes got worse. Rainy, how are you? Omar, hi, Omar. Okay, so Today I'm going to show you how to choose the right knife, what to use, how to use your right knife, how to sharpen it, how to hone it. What's the difference between sharpening and honing? All the things about knives. Hey Kimye, how's it going? So once you learn how to handle and use a knife properly, you're gonna see life gets easier in the kitchen. You don't have to stress yourself so much, and you don't have to cut with this, a steak knife. How many people out there cook with a steak, cut with a steak knife? How many people are doing that? Put a 1 in the chat. Are you cutting with a steak knife? Come on. I want to see, can you, oh, I can choose live products. All right, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to see if I can do this, okay? Here's a Henkel. Oh, here it is, showcase, here it is, okay. I'm gonna put my knives up, and that's all we're gonna talk about today, and see if I make that work. I don't know. I'm gonna try, guys. I hope I don't get in trouble, but we're gonna try. I put 2 knives up there. 1 sometimes. I like the honesty. Thank you. Hi, Mariana. How are you? I love the honesty. Of course. I know, right? It's a rite of passage, right? If you're working. Let me tell you something. I'm just going to say this 100 times today. When you start cooking with real knives, the job gets easier. You are going to see, you're going to be like, why didn't I meet Chef Liz 100 years ago? Because it just makes the job easier. It just makes that job much easier. Okay. And I know people have heard this. I cut everything with a steak knife unless it's a watermelon. Come on, Rocky. All right, well, today I'm going to show you, I'm going to wake you up to the thrill of cutting with a real knife. And let me tell you something, me too. Me too. And I will tell you, when I go to friends or family's houses and I know we're having dinner or I'm going to be there for the day or something, I bring a knife with me. And for my brother, it's so funny. When I used to visit him down in Georgia, I would leave knives there because they would do that. Old knives, not sharpened knives. And once you work with a knife, like an actual chef's knife, you're not going to not work with a knife. Do you know what I'm saying? So, okay, so that's what we're talking about. Okay, so now let's talk about what are the tools. You need a chef's knife, right? And chef's knives come in all different sizes and shapes. This would also be considered a chef knife, but this is a classic chef knife. And I put them in this thing, but I can't pin it because then you always have to show it. But I can say it's there if you want to look at them. This one is, so I have 3 knives that I love. Wusdorf, Henkel, and Zwelling. Zwelling is a branch of Henkel, just as good. Knives can range from $90 to $100 to $200-$300. Ooh, we have a flash goal. Let's see what's going on. What's the flash goal? 25 gifters of a rose. All right, we'll try. These are not our forte, but we'll try it. Lisa Henkel only. I use Henkel's only. Cass, yeah, they're really good. Very good knives. Henkel, you can't go wrong. Henkel, Zwelling, and what's the other one? Wusdorf. I started with Wusdorf, and now I use pretty much Henkel's most of the time, or Zwelling, which I believe Henkel's and Zwelling are the same. Yeah. And a paring knife. Okay, so chef knife. I like 8-inch chef knives. I like it. My hands are small. My wrists are small. They're a little bit nicely weighted. So these are my go-to knives in my kitchen. I like this shape. This is the classic shape of a chef knife. Any of these are good. Sure, Mariana. But Mary, Did you join Book of Face recently? Somebody will get you. Don't worry. Kim Ye's there. Somebody will get you in there today. Somebody's in there every day checking. So good morning. Oy, hold on, guys. The bat phone is ringing. Okay. It's coming at me. Okay, so chef knives. Some people prefer the 10-inch knife because it's heavier weighted. Also, another thing, when you're buying a good knife, you want it to be weighted. You want it to have like a nice heavy side, a little bit more balanced. So when you're rocking the knife, you're not using so much energy that you start to get tired, right? So I think Worcesters do the best job at that, but the Zwelling and the Henkels are also really good. Zwelling, Henkel, these are also good. They're lighter weight. I like that too. But all three, again, I don't think you can go wrong. I think I have Zwellings in my shop. Then you're going to use a utility knife. A utility knife is something a little bit smaller. It's sort of like they're a little smaller in size, but not as small as a paring knife. Yeah, me too, Cass. Can you tell? Is that why you're bringing it up? That's tomorrow, Monday morning. But I like utility knives also. They're a little smaller, a little easier to handle. If you're doing something small, cutting an apple, you don't want a paring knife, that's not weighted. Usually utility knives are heavier. These are a heavier knife. I like sometimes the fatter, heavier, smaller knife. This is great. I love these knives. You can use them for anything. And then a paring knife. These are your 3 essential knives that you want to use, right? Paring knife, gotta have a paring knife. Bananas, no, I have clients flying in town Monday, gotta go. I gotta freshen up. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm like, oh, it's the only chemical. That and my fingernails. That's it. I decided, I'm 62. I still want to look a little younger. Well, I'm 61, but I want to look a little younger. And my nails and my hair, gotta do it. All right. So anyway, so a paring knife, essential. Sometimes I find that this tool for me is even more essential than a chef's knife because I have little baby hands, So what do you use to cut vegetables? Rocky, for me, I'm using this. I forget, I don't remember, but I like the little pockets. These work great for moisture-rich vegetables, like a potato, because it forms like an air pocket. Can you see that? It's like a little divot. So this makes a little air pocket. I love this. These are my go-tos for vegetable cutting, these 2 knives. This one for a little more moisture so it doesn't stick. Great for zucchini, great for potato. This one also I love. Utility knife to cut veggies then. The utility knife is sort of, I think these are better to cut with vegetables, honestly. And then your paring knife. And we're going to do that in a minute. I just wanted to show you these first. So if you're really in a rush, I can show you the difference. Look, I have a potato here. I'm not cutting a potato with my utility knife. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're totally fine. I like this when I'm cutting a potato or zucchini because zucchinis have a moisture and a sticky content to it a little bit. So when you cut, it pops off versus something like this, where you see how that sticks. Isn't that interesting? But when you cut with this one, with the little divots, the air pocket, watch, it just falls apart. It's not going to hold on. Both are not going to hold on. They slide off a lot easier, right? So that's a better way to handle your knife. versus this is gonna, well, this one sticks too, but not the way that the other one. Did you see the first time when we cut it, it stuck together? Hey, Pri. And then the same with a potato. When you cut this with a potato, it's gonna pop off. No, I hope it pops off, right? It doesn't pop off. Well, this one did too. But it just gives you that air pocket. I like that. So, and you see how sharp this goes through versus, look, watch. You're not cutting all the way through. You see? You're not cutting all the way through. And it's a little harder. And you know, you don't, when you cut, you're better off using a steak knife with a rigid blade like that with a tomato, because that's a traditional way to cut a tomato. But I wouldn't use it, right? Subtle nuances, exactly, Rocky. And honestly, you need one or the other. If you're starting out and you are a home cook, you need one of these, not both. If I was gonna say one is better than the other, I would do this one just because then you have the little pockets. Not necessary, but still fun to have. And then a paring knife. These would be my two knives I wouldn't live without in a kitchen. You know, and then if you wanted to add the next one, it's a serrated knife. And why a serrated knife? Because it cuts bread. It's the best thing to cut a tomato with. It cuts a great sandwich. You know, sometimes when you cut a sandwich, all the stuff falls out of the sandwich. Well, it's because you're pressing down, and this one will saw it down. Maybe you don't trust. What? Oh, please. Mary, I don't know what you're talking about, but you do not have to worry here. Just relax. Somebody will get you into there. Ooh, potato and zucchini, my two favorite veggies. Look at that, Blake. You came in at the right time. All right, just drinking. Let me keep these knives on here because once we pin it, we got to show it. Tyler, I don't think we can pin. I know. Yeah, I totally get it. And also, I'm not sure I can pin either because then it has to only be that product. So they can just go in the showcase. I would unpin that. Yes, how do you say it? It's Santoku knife or something. Yeah. Yes, a serrated knife. So this, hold on, I actually have a tomato, what an actual tomato knife looks like. Where's my actual tomato? Oh, here it is. It's just dead. This knife is 30, I don't know. I got it when I went to cooking school. This is an actual tomato knife because you can poke the skin and then you come down, you see? But there's no blade left to this. It's been sharpened down to nothing, but I keep it because it was one of my first knives. But if you were gonna do now with a tomato knife, I just took my tomato knife out. Oh, here it is. This is, I just have this let me show you, just to cut tomatoes. I'm a little bougie like that. I can't help it. But look, when you cut a tomato with a knife like this, I want to see, should I bring you guys, let me. This will be better, right? There you go. Okay. So there you go. So watch this. Let me move these out of our way. So when you cut a tomato now, look how easy that is. How cool is that? Also, I would use this to cut strawberries. If I was slicing strawberries down like this, I would use the same knife. But look at that. Come on, Rocky. You're not going to be able to do that with a steak knife. Look, and I'm not playing around. Look, it literally slides off the knife, right? You see that? I'm not messing around. But look. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. You have to put a lot more pressure where this is just going to go right down. Look at that. That's cool, right? I love that. Now this one also is a. I think I'm. Yeah, this is a Henko, but I got it in. So we right. So yeah, I can't even say it because now we said that I've been promoting knives today. All right, let me see. Good morning. Good morning, Talk Loop. Great. Thanks for the follows. That's so cool. I never enjoyed tomatoes until after I had my baby. I know they're so good. I like them very fresh. But remember, for my peeps with rheumatoid arthritis, Sanduko. Yeah, that's it, Patricia. If anybody has arthritis or RA, yeah, and honestly, if Kimye's here or Renee, you guys can go in and approve it also. And Tyler, there's a lady that's trying to get in. If you have access to Facebook, Book Face this morning, you could never mind, let her in. Oh boy. Anyway, so see, now you're gonna just cut these like this if you want to dice them. Look at that. You see? So much nicer. And this is nice on a sandwich. I love Roma tomatoes. They're nice and sweet. Tomato knife specifically for tomatoes. Well, it's not specifically. This one is not. This is just a small serrated. And I personally use this for either strawberries or what do you call it? Tomato. Let me see if I have. I don't think I have any strawberries today, but if I do, I'll show you. It cuts so well. I do not. I don't. But it cuts. It's a nice tool. So now, again, chef knife, paring knife, and a serrated. You can even use this serrated knife to cut tomato. Any serrated knife. Here are your knives. This is how I'd start. Right here. Start here, and then you build. Because good knives are expensive, but they're going to last you if you care for them. And we're going to talk about that today as well. How do you care for a knife? And I think I'm going to go back and forth to keep it fun and interesting, and you guys can see what we're up to. And yes, I'm going to use all of this food. Do not worry. Let me just try off my cutting board. I checked. You can't do it? Okay. I don't see any member requests. Okay, there you go. So you're not requested, sweetheart, so you'll have to try again. All right. Okay, okay, good. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Queen Bee. Good morning. Can't do it. Someone from the team. Yeah, we'll get there. She's not there anyway. He just I know, but I make it work. Not going to spend big bucks on knives. I'm not bougie. I get it. Hey, listen, if it works for you, great. But one day you're going to say, Chef was right. I should have got a knife. This is awesome. Put it on your birthday or Christmas list, Rocky. Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, put it on your list. Maybe somebody will buy one for you. But really, if you love to cook, okay. Thanks for my heart. Okay, so next, the first time you cut an onion, a good knife, you'll know, oh, that is true. Got my parents a set of knives for Christmas when I pretty much carved a turkey with a butter knife. Yeah, it is. I'm like, that's what I was saying. Like if I know there's any small possibility of me, I said the F-bomb? I said the F word? No, I didn't. I know we got totally knocked out. I wonder why. Oh, the book of face that got it. Well, we're going to jump right back up. I know it. Keep the chat rolling and the hearts coming. And definitely don't forget to put your Heartme's in. That'll rebuild us again. Good morning, Ernie. We're working knife skills today. Boop, boop. I know, sometimes I forget. I just want to teach and love you guys up. Okay, next, let's talk about, so cutting board, stable, non-slip. You know, some cutting boards I have two here, I don't know why. Some cutting boards, you know, I have stainless steel counter here. So sometimes I'll put a towel down and, you know, make sure it's damp, but don't leave it there because you don't want it to get musty or not good. Yeah, if you guys can share. And that'll bring us right back up and get us back in the wave. Oh, so annoying. Ernie, thank you so much for my squirrel. All right, see, you can put a towel down so you don't slip, but you want to make sure that your cutting board is not going to move, because the worst thing is cutting and then your cutting board slips. Not good. We're not allowed to do this in a commercial kitchen, but here it's acceptable. What do you think about the new stainless steel cutting boards? I am not a fan. I don't like glass or stainless steel because I feel like they eat up my knives. You know, when you're cutting, I don't know. People love them. I just can't get there. I don't know why. I guess I'm old school, you know. I'm not really good at change. I don't like to share, and I'm not good at change. They'll tell you in my kitchen, don't ask me to borrow my stuff because you don't return it. Yes, that's what I think, Patricia, but people love glass and they love, you know, I think they're trading, not worrying about knives for bacteria. Exactly. But if you clean your cutting board correctly, and we've done that a few times and maybe we'll do it again today. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do glass. Yeah, it's not my thing. That would be I like bamboo actually the most, and I do have, what do you call it? Plastic. I'm not a fan because those, you know, dredge up microplastic. So I'm not really a big fan. But I like bamboo. Bamboo makes me happy. It's easy to clean. Glass and steel, not good on the knives, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Glass is a no, too much risk of shards. Yeah, it's not my thing. Yeah, bamboo is my go-to. I think they don't hold bacteria. They're very easy to clean. I use, and you've seen me do it, I've used my mineral salt and the lemon, even on my chin. Hey, listen, whatever does it, dude. We take, you know, when I used to take my Girl Scouts camping, we would have to bring, you know, I mean, it was awful. That would be the first thing I do. As soon as they were 7 years old, I got them out with the knives so that they were learning how to whittle and do stuff and, you know, get used to knife handling so I could graduate them to a real knife. I feel that knives on a steel would feel like nails on on chalkboard. Yeah, me too. Me too. Thanks, Todd, for my gifts. Thank you. Yeah. So, okay. So, yeah, I made a mistake. I dropped the Book of Face. So if you guys can share out and bring our people back. I have a big bamboo one that fits over the entire stovetop. So useful. Oh, that's cool. I would be afraid to do that because I inadvertently turn on the gas and set my board on fire. Superfan Luann, how are you today? All right, let me take some. I'm drinking coffee. All right, next. Let me see what's going on here. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we're still hanging on to C2. We're still hanging on. Oh, this is the end. We have to hit that crazy goal to stay in C2 or we're going to go back. Agreed. Bamboo has natural antibacterial properties. Something about the wood being acid. Well, acacia wood is good too. You even cut meat on bamboo. I don't. Bless, you know, that's funny. I don't mind cutting steak. Like I have, you guys see me use this board a lot. This is old school, like a wood cutting board, and I do cut my meat on this side because it has the divot. And we also have, look, but I like the acacia wood because it does that. Our one for our little project here has the opposite side that I'll use also. I don't use this side because I don't want to get, I don't want to get food stuck in here. That makes me crazy because, it's in Boss, but I'll use this side. And this is acacia. So it's better too. It hold, like bamboo. It's a good wood. So I do that. Raw meat, yes, I will cut raw meat on wood, but I try to, in the kitchen, we separate. But here at home, I try and remember to separate. But if I don't, I just clean my boards. Annette, I'm sorry. I have to tell you, the type is so small and the scroll is going so fast. Please forgive me. I'm always happy to see you. I heard titanium cutting boards are out there. What about metal against metal? Not a fan. Not for me. I could see carbon steel knives on stainless, but I would never do that. Ever, ever. All right, so let's get back to what we're doing. So if you want to practice your knife skills, it's always good to do. If you want to do, thanks, Pri, for my squirrels. Yeah, thank you, Pri. Thank you. Yes. And if you guys can share. Did I miss a lot? No, Gail, we're just started chatting. I came on early because I have to be off at 5 to 11 for a one-on-one call. So I might get back on tonight. We'll see how I do. Yeah, no problem. Guys, if I'm answering your question, I am not answering you to in any way make you feel bad or not or any of that. Hold on, we're going to get rid of this user person. I don't like what he's doing. So do not worry. I don't take anything you guys say rudely, not right. I'm just, it's hard to read things, but I try and, read balanced for you guys, So please, I'm only talking to you with love. Metal cutting boards are not recommended. In my opinion, I don't use them. I like bamboo and acacia wood. That's what I like. I do have quite a few of these, but I use them for very specific things. Like my green one, believe it or not, this is my raw chicken board. I don't know why, I just use it. But if you put your hand on if you have these kind of plastic cutting boards. Thank you, Annette. You can actually feel where the knife has, scratched up the plastic, and that microplastic is going in our food. Don't let it fool you. If you want to get freaky and you want to get crazy in your head, you could always cut your vegetables or cut whatever you're doing on a board like this and then rinse the food. You could do that. Or you can just use bamboo. Now, are you getting bamboo micro shreds? I don't feel that the same way as I feel it on plastic. Oh, and Rocky, I wonder how this knife is hacking up the plastic. Just saying. I don't know. Do you like a stainless steel cutting board? I do not like a stainless steel cutting board. It is not for me. I love my knives more than a stainless steel cutting board. And I am pretty confident. Thank you, God, universe. I have never gotten anybody sick with my food ever, 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 ever. So, and I don't plan to. Even in the store, you guys see how careful we are in the, we are very careful in the store. So in the shop. So yeah, that. Did I get everybody? Thank you, Tiny. Thank you, Kim Yang. Ooh, look, those numbers are going down. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't believe we're gonna. I mean, we work so hard. I think people can be freaky about it. I don't care for a stainless steel cutting board either. Yeah, listen, I'm a germ phobe. I make my crew change their gloves. I mean, I say it every single day, all day, nonstop. Change your gloves, change your gloves, change your gloves. If you walk away from the food, change your gloves. If you go into a deli or a place and they are making your sandwich and going to the register with the same gloves, walk away. Do not eat there. That is, as my daughter says, disgusting. Because you might as well just, snot your hand and handle food. It freaks me out. It's just so bad. I have it and I like it, but now I'm questioning. You have a stainless steel board? Mimi, if you like a stainless steel board, keep it, but make sure you have a steel to to keep your edge of your knife straight and clean. And you're probably going to have to, sharpen your knives regularly. That's all. That's not for me. Marina, I know, right? I'm just freaked out about stuff like that. I'm a total germ phobe when it comes to food. I'm drinking coffee, which is probably pissing TikTok off again, too. All right. Whoop, whoop. Where are we? Okay, energy of a knife. A knife is an extension of your hand, right? And how do you hold a knife? You do not hold a knife like this. This is incorrect. You're holding your knife up here. This is your grip of your knife, right? Got it? You're here. And you want to when you stand with your knife, if you're right-handed, you're going to stand sort of angular to the food and you're going to cut this way. You want to keep your shoulders kind of straight and parallel with your feet. Let me show you. So I'm standing like this away from my board. You see how my feet are? Can you see my feet? Here. So my feet are on an angle this way. You're not up against like that. You're standing this way. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense. Okay. And then, so I'm left-handed, so I'm going to be this way because my knife is coming this way. So I'm going to be from this side. That's the correct way you're not standing like this to cut your food. Because what happens when you do that is your shoulders are going to get all hunched and you want to keep your body relaxed. Now, a lot of this is because, and they teach this to chefs, because if you have the right body positioning, over time, you're not going to get like this or like this or like this. You know what I mean? You're going to be relaxed because clearly chefs, line cooks, we're prepping so much. 90% of the work happens in front of a cutting board because you're prepping all your food, right? So you want to have a relaxed body when you're doing that. Relaxed body. What is that movie from? What is that from? RFD. What is that? Relaxed body and the guy jumps and falls. That's so funny. I watched a man roll a plant. Mimi, it is unbelievable what I see and what happens to me. Look, I said the word book of face the wrong way, and we went from 125 people in here to 40, and they won't bring them back. I don't know why. So I get it. So if you guys want to share out, if you guys can each share out to like 5 or 10 people, all you got to do is press here and your whole list comes up and you go blah, 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 blah. And if we can get 300 shares, it'll bring it back up. Tapping, so the things that are going to make the chat move and push us out is, the sharing, the hearts, and all the likes, blah, 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 tappy, tappy, tap, that kind of stuff. It's kind of nuts. Good morning, P. It's unreal. I feel like they didn't get banned because he was battling. He was making money. I don't battle. It's like a weird thing. Thank you, Kim Ye. Okay, anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. So you want to, so when you're, I'm left-handed, so I can only show you from the left-handed perspective, but so you're going to be angled off your board. It doesn't have to be too much. It's just a little bit. So you're not doing this when you're cutting. You want to keep your shoulder and everything loose because the idea is that you're rocking your knife, right? That's really important to rock it. It's really sad. What am I going to do? I'm trying to play by all the rules. All the rules. And I'm not really a good rule follower. Really not. Okay, so now when you do your angle, now it's easy, right? You can keep your back straight, your posture's right, because once you start doing this, you know, all those muscles in your back are going to just drive you bananas. It's going to not bother you. Renee! All right. So, tension creates mistakes, right? If you're like gripping it with white knuckles, look at that. Because you're nervous, you're going to hurt yourself. So just keep... Yeah, you want to be comfortable. If you're left-handed, you want to have your left foot sort of further away. It's not a lot. It's not like you're cutting like this. You're just angled a little bit off. You're just not straight on, right? So you're just turning it just a little. Oh, I'm the wrong way. The left hand, it's closer. Okay. All right. Now, control comes from grounding, right? Like you want to go slow and smooth. And then once you get that rocking motion, that's when everything falls into place, right? That's when we say, oh, we can cut, right? You can cut like this. This bangs, this rips apart your knife, all that tapping. So what you want to do is when you're cutting, this rocking motion is what you're looking for. You see that? Now, the other thing that you want to do is your shoulders are relaxed, you're breathing, all of those things. I mean, you know, we used to do that in cooking school and I'd be like, all right, let's get to it. I want to cut a mushroom. But these are important. If you stay relaxed, all of that changes everything and it's easier to cut. Was a full-time cook in the Army. Not once was standing position ever discussed. Well, how do you know that? You don't think he knew that? I mean, they're probably just showing them food, but I'm just saying, very new. He might have been taught that. I'm just saying, when you learn that, your body is just easier to work the knife because you don't want to do this. You don't want to be all crouched over. You know, if you watch people, they're all humped over, you know, so you want to keep your body, you know, and I think too, Kath, the reason why I think these things are so important, and maybe not to a home cook because you're cooking a one meal, but when you're 10 hours in a kitchen and your body's all tight and cramped and, you know, and you're cutting after 2-3 hours, your hand, you know, that's why for me, knives, the kind of knife, the weight of a knife is so important, you know? All right, so let's see. So now you choose the right knife, right? This is your workhorse. Your chef knife is your workhorse. And they come in all different, this is, I believe, a 10-inch. I'm a much bigger fan of an 8-inch. I like a lighter weight knife. Thanks, Ta. I love a lightweight knife. It's easy for me to handle. I have small hands, very, very small wrists. So I like to have, and my hands are tired. You know, I've been doing this for 40 years. Sometimes they get a little crampy now, but not too bad. Because I stay away from nightshades most of the time too. All right. Thank you. Hey, Healing Heart Recovery. Nice to see you. My dad wasn't cooking in the Air Force. His boss would come along and tell him to straighten up. Yes. Yes. I do it too. I have that. But I try and remember, especially when I'm teaching knife skills, it's really important. Healing, we're not making anything today. We're doing knife skills. This is our kitchen hacks class. I want to teach you knife skills so that when you're cooking, it's easier for you. Wasn't. What do you mean? I'm drinking coffee. Take TT. Exhausted with the drama of this. Not you guys, but just the, big brother. All right, next. The most important knives, your chef knife. Now, your paring knife. That's all detail work. That's detail work. You want to cut, let me see, I have a carrot. You want to make a pretty little something, design for your food. I mean, it's for other things too, but you want to do something really cool and, you want to put like see, look, I just did that by a hand cut, right? I'm going to just make a little design. When you want to make a little design for your food, it's easier for you to use a little knife, right? So you can cut and make it, easy. It's detail work. You don't feel like using, sometimes I'm like not in a mood to like use a peeler for a potato. Look at how nice you can get under the skin, right? You're not going to be able to get under a skin with people do this, but I wouldn't. You're there, right there. You're going to take out your thumb. Good morning. I'm going to call you Lala, okay, Tana? Or Tana, what do you like? You watched my live that much? Thank you so much. Thank you. Wait a minute, what did I do here? Oh, let's put some goals up. Rock this. All right, so see, the detail of a paring knife, you can get under the skin easier and pare, if you don't feel like using, and this is a good practice, honestly. If you want to get skilled, peel an apple. You want to peel an apple? You got a baby at home, you don't want them to eat the skin or whatever. They don't like the skin. Here, you can peel an apple real fast, right? So that's what we're talking about with a paring knife. You can do a lot more. They're thinner, lighter weight. Andrea, thank you for my squirrel. You see? Easy. I have stuff all over the place. Let me get a scrap bowl. I like to keep a scrap bowl too, so we don't, This is all going to go out to the deer and the squirrels. I see them all running around in the yard out there. So somebody's going to want to eat this stuff tonight. Look, it's going to be snack time for our little wildlife. Okay, so you get it? So this is the other one. And then a serrated knife, bread and tomatoes, very important. This makes a better bread knife. This makes a better tomato knife. Both will do either one. For your sourdough bread that you're making, a good serrated knife is lovely. All right. Next, so that's what you have. So you're looking for, when you're choosing your knife, you want to find balanced weight, a sharp edge, and you also want to find a handle that works for you. Some handles come like rounded like this, and they're a little fatter, look like a utility knife. This is a very heavy, they call this forged steel. This is a great knife because the knife continues into the handle of the blade. This is a very well-made knife. For me, it's a little too chunky at the bottom, but I like it, right? I like it a little bit thinner than that because my hands are small. This one's a little bit better. Probably also forged, but usually a true forged steel knife where it goes right down the blade, the back of the knife. And this is where you get your balance and weight from. You see? That makes a difference. When you can see this, and most good knives, you're going to see that. That's how you know. Now, I have these utility knives. They're good. And, oh, Rocky, if you're still here and you don't want to spend a ton of money, you could buy one like this. I should put these in my shop too. These are like a all-purpose utility chef knife. They have a plastic handle. They're like, I call these throwaways. You know, you can sharpen them, you can learn with them. They're pretty good to use and they're not expensive. 30 bucks, 40 bucks, but they're better. Rocky, you might find they're better than this and you'll have a lot more control. I buy these for, just whatever. Thanks, Health and Fitness. Welcome in. Food and Healing right here, organic. Let food be your remedy. So we are like-minded. Welcome. Okay, got it? You want a comfortable handle. And I would say when you're shopping for a knife, check them out. I think on here, all of the knives that I put into the little, this cart thing right here, the shopping bag, they're all returnable. So I'm pretty sure, but check that because you want to make sure that the knife works for you. I think it's important you're investing money. Some knives are 150 bucks. Some are 200. I think this knife probably this is my very first professional chef knife. It's too big for me, not a fan of it. It's hard for me to work with this knife. I feel like it's taller than me, but this knife probably back in the day was probably, I don't know, it's probably now about $150, $185. So, you're investing in a tool. But you could start out with these to kind of get used to it. It's just like the next step from a steak knife. All right, so you got it? Very important. A sharp knife is safer than a dull knife because it requires less force and it gives more control. So keep that in mind. A sharp knife is better. A dull knife is more dangerous. All right, so now let's talk about how do we hold it. Do you have to go somewhere today?
Yeah.
What time? What? Okay. What time? Oh, okay. So you're good. Okay. I'll get to them food in a minute. All right. Hi guys. Thanks for all the shares. Robin, I said something wrong today and we lost all our peeps. So we got to share. Keep tapping, keep the chat rolling, share as much as you can, and eventually everybody will come back. Happy Saturday. It's nice to meet you. Welcome in. All right. So here's a couple ways. When you're cutting, right? This is the way you're going to hold your knife. You can put your thumb on this side. Let me come from this way. You can put your thumb here to control it, but your finger never goes there. That's a no-no. So if you're doing that, retrain your hands. It should look like this. This is a good guide. It keeps you straight. It keeps you can keep your knife straight when you're cutting, all those things. So the thumb and the index finger pinch the blade, not just the handle, right? Here's your index finger. Here's your thumb. It pinches the blade. This is where your control comes from. And then your handle's here. You're not going to be out here because you really don't have good control. You're going to come up right here. You see? Not this. This. That's the correct way to handle a knife. All right. The remaining fingers wrap the handle, and this gives control, and these two fingers are giving you the stability you need. Right? All right. Now, fingers curled under, knuckles guide the knife, right? Fingers, this is your look. They call that the bear claw, right? When you hold something, this is how you're cutting, right? It's harder to shave your finger off than cut your finger off. I was screwing around one time. I had this kid working for me. It was completely me. And I'm like, look how sharp this is. It could cut a piece of paper. And I missed the piece of paper and I took I think you can still see the cut in my hand. I was like, okay, tough girl. I was stupid. So don't mess around with knives. I hold a knife the wrong way with my finger on top. I'm trying to unlearn that now. Yeah, just keep doing this. Hold your knife like this. Yeah, that hurt. I was so stupid. I mean, I've done stupid things like that. All right. So, and then I think another thing that you want to do, and this is the practice drill that you want, you can hold it here, but just get used to that like rocking sort of motion, right? Just get used to that. This is what you're looking for. This is what you're looking for. It's a rock. That's how you whack the edge of your knife. That's how that gets soft. I feel like I'm bringing up a lot of memories for you, Kath, and I love it. I hope they're happy memories. Thanks, La. So you see what I'm saying? So when you're cutting, you're rocking. And if you guys have knives, go get them and try it. This is the motion. You're not whacking. Whacking is dramatic to me. That's what I did for the knife skills video. Did you guys see it? I was like, cut, 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 cut. Not important. Yeah, isn't that great? It really helps. You're going to see, oh, wow. Instead of back here, you're like, the knife's like, woo, 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 you know? But when you do it like this, it's so much better. All right. So you're going to, before you add your food, you want to feel that rhythm. How am I cutting? This is my rhythm. Right? So now when you go into the knife, look. Right? And this is what's going to control the size. And as you go, now here's another thing, right? You see this, and I talk to my crew all the time about this. This doesn't work. Why not? Why doesn't this work? Somebody's got to know. Put it in the chat. Why doesn't this work? Why is this not going to work? Time cooking, yep, different sizes, exactly. So what you want, Robin, you're not allowed to answer. You can't answer. You of course you're gonna know the answer. Right, it's inconsistent. Oops, sorry. I know you're cracking up right now. Yes, it's gonna create uneven cooking. So this is something you want to practice when you have a knife, right? You want to have everything the same size because when you do this, they're going to cook evenly. I often tell my crew, especially when we have, you know that big pot of roasted vegetables we do in the kitchen? I'm constantly driving them crazy to teach them. I'm like, guys, everything has to be the same size. If you have two like this, they're not going to cook the same way. Pick them all out and fix them. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. Pick out every zucchini and get them all the same size. Now, do it. And I just walk away and they're like, but that's how you learn, right? I try and say to them, every zucchini's got to be like this or whatever, whatever the size is. If you're cutting them like this, you're going to have some cooked, some not. I'm brutal. I'm brutal, Tar. I'm brutal with a lot of love. They know I am no joke in the kitchen, and they know it when they're hired. Listen, it's my way or the highway. And if you can follow that one rule, you're going to have a great time here. If you can't follow that rule, don't come here. No, they don't do it again. Exactly. Pick it all out, start over. They're like, oh, but it's all together. Not my problem. And hurry up because I got a lot more stuff for you to do. And then I turn around and I giggle. I'm like, I mean it, but I still love you. They're like, what? Hold on. All right, next. So you're going to practice that motion, right? You want to get used to that rocking motion. Thank you. Oh, I just liked my own live. Oops. Wow, come on. TikTok. Let people in. Hi, welcome in. We are cutting today, learning how to prep and cut vegetables, knife skills. All right, so there you go. You got it? Feel that rhythm. Feel the rhythm. What's that song? Isn't that like a Gloria Esteban song? All right, slice. Even cuts for cooking, consistency. So zucchini, right? We've been doing this all day. Here's our beautiful slice. These are called half moon, you see? Half moon. You get it? So easy. Half moons, right? Freestyle, yeah. All right. And then I don't like this cut. I'm not a fan of like little round carrots. It's not my thing. I'm very big on the half moon. Even for this, it's kind of big. So on this one, I might do like a quarter. Right? And then you get your rocking motion. And then you have all these quarters. And look, they're all the same size. So they're going to cook nice and even. Now, yes, I make it look very easy. So the first time you do these, make sure you understand that it's not going to come out perfect. It doesn't always come out perfect for me either. I'm going to get there a lot faster than you guys because I've been cutting vegetables for 40 years. Although now I don't cut as much because my crew is doing most of the prep work for me. Diagonal, you want to see that? Okay. Yes, I can show you that. The bias cut, that's a little more tricky and it takes a little time to get. Hold on, let me get celery out too. Let's do a dice or a brunoise. Brunoise, is that how you say it? So brunoise, you're going to take a carrot or anything that you want that's like a dice. This one I started, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get it nice and small. I want even pieces, right? And then I'm going to cut it one more time. Okay, Robin, you're allowed to say this one. Which one is this? Putan? How do you say it? What is this cut? You know, tell me this one, please, Mama. Yes, ma'am. What is this? Oops. What is this cut? I forget. What do they call this? It's a matchstick, but what's the French term? Lardon? What's the brunoise? The little tiny little dice. We're going to do that in a minute after this, but this is called lardon. I don't even know that. And then the matchstick is maybe a little bit thinner. You see? These are little matchsticks. Now, when you take these and you stack them all up together, you guys want me to bring you down here? Let me bring you down here so you can really see it. Right? Now, see? You have these. Now we're going to stack them all up. You see how my claw kind of guides the knife? But look. Oops. Ooh, here's three perfect ones. Thank you. I love my lucky rainbow run. What? Lord, I can't spell. I know, right? Bernoz. Oh my God. How do I not know that? I don't know the French. This is tiny little dice. How about that? Tiny little dice is just perfect. A small thick strip stick or cube of fatty pork. You guys are so cute. All right, that's just dice. This is the smallest one. It's brunoise. Is the smallest of the dice. But, you know, so for salads, this is great if you want, or if you're going to cut, and we're going to cut an onion in a minute. Now, somebody asked me about a bias, right? Here's your celery. Now, I'm going to tell you something about celery. When you're serving celery, off me if I didn't know the term. I know. I don't. We're going to take these off. How do you do that? Here's where your tiny little paring knife is going to make a difference. So look, I'm going here very, very lightly, and I'm going to peel these strings off. These are sort of like a choking hazard in some ways, or it creates the celery to have a very like, I don't know, uncomfortable taste. But I'm just gonna make sure that I get those strands off, those strings. I don't like them. All right. There you go. Now, once we do this, now here's the bias cut. There's a couple of cuts, and I don't remember the professional name, but here on a bias, what you're going to do. See, I'm just taking the strings off. I don't want them on here. Yep, they're all off. Okay. Oops, wait. See? Okay. Now, to cut on the bias, you're going to hold your knife like this. This is great for like, you see? And now I'm going to move my celery. I'm not going to move my knife. That's how I do it. This is sort of a bias cut. You can also, I call this one the Star Trek. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me get some of this off. Ooh, the celery's tired. We're going to cook this today. I'm going to peel that off. All right. Let me see if this works. Yes. This is my Star Trek cut. I mean, this celery's a little bit tired, but look. This is good for like stir fry. And they look pretty. They do, don't they? It's a nice little cut. Instead of doing, now, these are great for stir fry, all of these. You know, if you're going to do soup, you know, it's just this, right? You could do it like this. Right? You can make them like that. Or you can take your celery and do this. Hold on, let's take our little stringies off. You can cut them up. Another place where you can use your small paring knife. Look. So now you have these. This is how you would do it. Yeah, those celery ribs got to go. See, now this is how you would do it. And then I would cut it here. And like I'd make these into three. My celery's a little tired. It shouldn't kind of waver like that. But look, you're going to cut it in 3 spots. And that would be like for your crudité. Or if you're dicing for soup or sauté or your mirepoix, you're going to do this. Oops, those are a little too big. Right? And then you have your sauté. For mirepoix, carrot, celery, onion. Good morning, Marlene. Melanie, is that Melanie? Good morning. So you got it? All right, let me move some of this out of our way so we can keep doing little cuts. See, this is where I think a good knife is really important, because to try and do this with like a regular knife, or I use the chopper, you could do that. We have one of those at work as well. Our little fancy We have one of those at work. All right, let me move these over here. We'll put that up there like that. Okay. And then we have our half moons. I'm going to just fix this guy because then you can saute these. See? Now, these are all pretty even and they're going to cook very nicely. Right? Then if you want and you say, oh, I don't know, these are too big for what I'm doing, you could just go like, oh, there, I'm going to do it again. You see? Very nice. Oh, I don't know, they're too big. All you got to do is take your cute little knife and go like that. And now you have all of this for a saute. Now, if you're going to roast a vegetable, here's something I want you to know about roasting vegetables. Eggplant, zucchini, mushroom, they shrink in weight. So when you are working with, I'm just going to fix that. When you are working with a roasted vegetable, you want to keep it this thick. You can cut it here, but I wouldn't roast these any smaller because they will shrink to this size after you roast them. You see that? So you could, I don't even have any more to show you because we went through them all, but if you were going to do this, you could even, keep it this size because then it's going to come down to this. Good morning, Carrie. You got it? So that's good for roasting. That's a good size for roasting. Same with your potato, right? Look, we're going to peel this. And if there's a little skin, I don't care. You guys see what's happening to this potato? Can you see that? You see the green? I would still eat this, but tomorrow I would not eat this potato. You see the green starting to form? Okay, so if I'm going to roast this potato, first of all, I wouldn't have taken the skin off, but look. Right? And then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to roast them this size. Right? That would be the right size for me to roast. You see? Now, I would keep the skin on for roasted. These are russets. But since we were peeling them, but this is roasted. Now, if you are going to cut these and you're not going to roast them for like 2 hours, the best thing you could do with a potato like this, a russet, Yukon, or any potato, any white, yellow potato, leave them in water. If you don't, they're going to oxidize and get all brown, and that doesn't go away in the cooking. Unfortunately, it's important when I love potatoes. Ooh, we're back in a wave, guys. Keep going, keep going. Keep loving, tapping, scrolling, keep the chat moving. That's going to help us. I love potatoes too. I like a baked potato, a mashed potato. I like all kinds of potatoes. I'm careful about them because I don't want to get, but I don't feel like I have that issue with nightshades. But if you have RA or some type of arthritic condition, or you have inflammation, be careful eating nightshades. So you're going to keep these in water, and you want to keep them completely submerged in water because they will turn brown. All right. And I'm going to let them sit here and you'll see how fast they oxidize. All right. Let me just put all of these here, and we're going to talk about how do you cut an onion. And this is great. I should do like little vignettes of these now, these little videos, so that you get to see how it's done. Oh, you asked me about cutting on the bias for a carrot. So you have your carrot here. Now I'm not going to peel it. I like the color that these carrots are, and it's organic, and these are rainbow carrots. But this is what I'm going to do. What I like to do with a carrot like this is, it's a little off in the size, right? This part is a little thinner. So I'm going to cut it to the size where it is. I'm going to use this, but I'm going to use it a little differently. So I'm going to cut this one on the bias without cutting it in half. This is beautiful. Now, I would use this cut in a stir fry, in a saute. Also, if I'm going to just make a carrot dish, and I want like a carrot with dill, or I'm doing carrots. However, you're gonna do them, like carrots with butter and dill, or in a saute, or you're gonna just kind of blanch them and mix them with a little butter. You could cut them like this, or if you're gonna put them in a big vegetable saute, you could cut them like this. This is a nice bias cut, but you could also do, oh, they almost smell like a parsnip. Smell that. It almost smells like a parsnip. Here's a tip: never throw end, skin of vegetables away. Save in freezer bag till full. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. These are going in my garden, in my yard, in the woods, for the squirrels and stuff. But this would make a very good potassium broth. This is a good stock pot right here. You got potato, carrot, celery. Oh, I put a little apple in here. I probably would not put the apple in here unless I was making a chicken curry, like an English curry. Okay, look at this beautiful carrot. You see why I didn't want to take away the skin? If I peel the skin, I lose that color variation, and I like that. It's a love pot. Exactly. How many of us learned to smell that carrot, leaned in to smell that carrot? Listen, I know you can feel it. See, look, this is another half moon, great stir fry, right? Nice and thin. Now, if I'm gonna roast this carrot, what am I doing? I'm gonna take this carrot and I'm gonna do bigger sizes. Now, if I'm roasting and I'm gonna put these in with roasted vegetables, I'm roasting these separate, obviously, from my zucchini, and I'll mix them when we're done. Right? Why is that? Because zucchini are going to cook a lot faster than a carrot. You see all the different? Now, if I want to do a diced carrot, which we did before, but I'll show you again. Another carrot. I have rainbow carrots today. Again, I'm not peeling this skin because it's just too pretty. You'll see why in a minute. Again, I'm going to take my fattest part of my carrot and I'm going to work with this one a little bit differently. So now for this one, the first thing I want to do is get a flat edge. Try not to stay in a round vegetable. If your vegetable is round, don't try and do any major cutting. Get them so that it's a flat edge on your board. Less chance of getting, I know they're so pretty, less chance of getting bit by your knife, right? Hold on. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I made these a little off, so we're going to have to figure that out. But now here's where I'm going to make my dice cuts, right? And then I'm going to go one more time because I'm making a very small dice, right? This is a small dice. Right? Now, if I want a larger dice, I'm going to just cut to here. Oops, I cut them a little off. What's going on? Is that my knife or me? It's got to be me. All right. And now I'm going to cut these a little bit bigger. Maybe this is better for, this is going to be better for a vegetable soup. This is better for like a saute, a stuffing. And again, it depends on what else you're putting in there, right? If you're gonna stuff something and you want it to not show so much, you're gonna go to this size. You want it to melt into your food, you're gonna go here. You see where I'm going with that? If you guys have any questions at all, please ask. This is going to be more like a soup cut, right? This is roasting. Or if you're making a beef stew, this is a great size, right? Because remember, you're going to have beef that is going to be like a nice chunk like this, right? So all your vegetables, your carrot, your potato, your celery, all are going to be sort of the similar size, right? For a stew. Got it? See how that works? Now, one more. Oh, I want a crudité. Now, see he's rolling around. I'm not going to try and cut here. I'm going to hold it here and cut down. And I might even cut it a little smaller to have more control. But I'm going to get my knife in there and then I'm going to bring it down. Right? Now it's easy to work with, right? It's not rolling around. You're not going anywhere. Perfect. This is how I want it. And for this, right? Here's my little crudité. From here, you could go and do another dice, right? Fingerling potatoes. Is that what you're asking me? Fingerling potatoes? I do at work. We're wishing you blessings. They are really pretty. Who's spamming the chat? Did we straighten them out? All right, so you got it? You see those different ones? Even cuts for cooking consistency. That's what we're looking for, right? So all different ways to cut. These are all carrots too. Isn't that cool? Look at these beautiful, look at nature. I mean, come on with this beauty. And you know, you don't get this. I don't see rainbow carrots in conventional world anymore. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't ever get to see them. I see them organic all the time. And the flavor is delicious. Oh my God. These almost taste like a parsnip and they're juicy. Try that. It's juicy, smells like a parsnip, tastes like a parsnip, but it's a rainbow carrot. Hold on, my doggy locked himself in. We gotta feed the doggies. Feed the dogs. Isn't this beautiful though? You have all these beautiful cuts and these are all carrots. Yay! Knife skills. Oops, drop some. Look at those beautiful carrots. So delicious. 5 new comments. Let's see. Beautiful carrots. I took care of both of them. Thank you. Take a picture for the book. Yes. Love rainbow carrots. I do. I really do. They're my new favorite. I like to roast them. You know, I think they're fat. I got you. I got you. Calm down, fatso. Sorry, I just fat shamed my dog. I'm sorry. It sounded terrible. He's such a little fatty, though. He eats everything. He's so cute. Look, come here. Come here. Now everybody's got to see you. Come here. Come here, big boy. Look at this. Look at this boy. He's my little fatty. He's my little fatso. I love him. All right, I'm feeding you right now. Hang tight. Oh, gotta make new. I feel they get all different stuff, but I made them vegetables with banana and apple, all kinds of yummy veggies for them. And then I give them organic rotisserie chicken that we pull. And they're very happy little campers, the little dogs. We have 3 dogs if you're new here and you don't know me. I don't always make dog food for them, but I feel like if I'm cooking for me, I gotta cook for them too. So look, this is our big boy. He gets a pile of food. And we could eat this, you know? And then my little guys get this much. And then I have, and they have apple in here, banana. And then we give them a little cod liver oil. I know they're so cute. And they each get a little this helps them not scratch and itch, you know. And then they get a little probiotic. It's dandelion season. I don't know if you guys remember last year, our big boy, or that little one that you just saw, he wound up in the hospital because he ate every dandelion in the garden, every single dandelion flower, and detoxed his liver so bad that he wound up in the, and we couldn't stop. Like, it was like, so now I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to like walk him in a different place because our yard has tons of, I don't spray our yard at all. So except for ticks, we put chrysanthemum down. We get a lot of ticks here because we have a lot of deer. Yesterday morning I left for work and there were tons and tons and tons of deer. They just were outside waiting for me. They were like, good morning. I was like, okay. And this is the little raw topper. Very busy with my doggies. And the last thing I'm gonna put in here is a speck of homemade bone broth for them. Come on, boys. They get a little bit of bone broth. The big boy gets a lot. He loves it. And the little ones get like a tiny, tiny bit. There we go. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, they're pretty cool dogs. They're good boys. They're, for the most part, good. Sometimes they are total pain in the necks, but. All right, there you go, boys. And the little fatso eats everybody's food. He tries to climb in Jackson's bowl. All right, there you go. All right, we're back at it. Here we go. Can you see the dogs? Are you asking to see the dogs? All right, here. That's Jackson. And they're the little boys. Uh-oh, Philip left. They are really cute, D. I know they're cute. They do a lot of barking, though. Drives us crazy. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, so carrots, you got it? We got our potatoes. Let's put these up here. So you see all these different cuts. All right, so now we did our dice. We did our julienne. Okay, let me show you this, actually. Let's see, we did even cuts. Okay, we did zucchini, we did carrots, matchsticks. Here, we did half moon, we did a chunky, we did dice, Bruno, I don't know what it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a bummer. Look, guys, we only have that to get our fragment. That's it. That's it. I love it. Thank you for my heart. Let's get our squirrels. Get those squirrels. Thank you for my heart, me Lauren. Okay, so now if you wanted to take this and get a matchstick, you're going to go a little bit smaller. And, you know, keep turning it around and around. How to catch my little boy there. All right, we got 5 more minutes. Look, see, these can be little matchsticks. Thank you, Kinye. Thank you for my squirrels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're almost there, we're almost there. All right, so these are here. Okay, now mince. don't think I have any garlic to show you mince. Hold on. Oh, I did buy garlic, I think. Hold on. Did I buy garlic? We've done mince before. Have you guys seen that? Yay! I hear you guys doing it. I might come back on in an hour or two and finish this class with you, but we'll see. I don't have the mince for garlic, but we've done that with the salt on it and stuff. We've actually done that one. I think you can see it. I don't know. I have to find where it is. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, hold on. We need one more heart. One more heart to get the goal. And then thank you so much. Let me see. Oh, let me do leafy greens with you really quick before we end. We'll do our leafy greens. Let me just put these on here. You know where these are all going today. This is going to be all our doggy food because I ran out. So I'm going to just cook all this up in a big pot and set them up with all kinds of yummy. Look how pretty. It's so pretty. These are all carrots, guys. All of this is carrot. But anything like you could cut parsnips like this, you know, look at that. Yippee! Look at that. All right. Let's do leafy greens real quick so you see it. Hey, stop fighting each other. These are a little tired too. Oh, my poor little Swiss chard. It's a little tired. Now, when you have greens like this that look a little tired, but they're not yellowed, what I would do is trim the bottoms and stick them in a glass. And in about 2 hours, they'll be all plumped up again. Okay? But in the meantime, while we're waiting for them to get plumped up, I'm going to show you how you can, how you cut them. Now, for rainbow chard, I grew up with rainbow chard. This was our vegetable of choice. I love it. I love eating it. I saute this in garlic and oil, or I'll chop it up and put it in a bean soup or a vegetable soup or a lentil soup. It's so good. And you know, talk about eating the rainbow, you got rainbow chard. Now, usually you want a nice crispy leaf, but I'm not throwing this out. It's fine in my opinion. So kale is a little grainy in texture, but you cut that a little differently. I don't have any kale to show you, but we'll do a part 2 to this class so that you guys get to see it. But watch this. We are gonna roll this up, right? And I'm gonna kind of squish it up all together. We're gonna use this whole thing. Now we took off the edge, sort of like cutting a bouquet of flowers, right? You're gonna cut that edge off so that that's kind of unalived. And you're gonna use this nice fresh edge. And what I do is I roll this all up nice and tight. Here, I'll bring you down here. Nice and tight. I hold the greens, and it's similar to like a parsley or something like that, you know, or a green. And this is how I do it. And watch my hands. See how I kind of crawl along the food to guide it? And now I'm going to cut this a little on the bias just to give it a little flair. Look at that. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Now that's a pretty vegetable, right? Look, you have all these pretty things. Now, you see how they're a little long because we rolled them? What you could do is this. Squish it up and just give it a 1 and a 2 chop. And now, you know, when you put it in your mouth, it's not going to be hanging out of your mouth, right? And now you can saute this. You can mix it in a lentil soup, a pea soup, anything like that. You can saute it with, you know, if you want to make a nice vegetable saute, you could take some of this. You can add it and just saute all of this. In my opinion, these are cut at the same time, right? I would, if I was going to cook this, I would start with these two first, and then I would add this in. These would take maybe 3 minutes longer, and then I would add this. Same with asparagus. Remember the other day at work, at my job, I was cutting this asparagus on the bias. They would go with this. It's so pretty. I mean, you just want to eat this because it looks so fresh and beautiful, right? All right, the last thing I'm going to show you, and then I have to go because I have a one-on-one call this morning to help somebody. I want to, I know it's so beautiful. I want to show you how to cut a pepper. Now, I've done this several times, but there's always one person that's never seen it, so I want to show you. Here's your pepper. Let me peel this off. Never wet your pepper. Don't wash your pepper until the sticker is off, because what happens once you get that sticker wet, it doesn't come off as easy. So always always peel your stickers off your vegetables before you wash them. Now, when you cut a pepper, this is another one where like the skin is very tough. You got a tough skin there. So if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you can start the pepper with a serrated knife, because that's gonna get that off right away, right? Now, a lot of people will go, oh, I don't know how to cut that, so I'm not going to use it. You're going to use this, and I'm going to show you how in a minute. Okay? This is where you don't have to stress yourself. Just cut the pepper. Right? Just like that. And then you're going to cut like this. And now you have a nice diced pepper. If you want to use it for saute, and you don't, you want everything to look a little bit more even, and you want to just use this for like a saute, an accent in your saute, you can do this, right? But don't throw this out, especially, organic peppers right now are like $6 a pound. So don't waste it. Got it? Simple. Okay, so we're going to put that over there. Now, here's the trick to a pepper. Okay? Oh, let's get this off of here. I'm going to take that out. This is perfect for a salad ring, look. Oh. Okay, here's a trick to a pepper. Let's take my paring knife. Well, I'm going to use this utility knife. I haven't shown this knife yet because I think it's like an added extra fun. Okay, let me do one that we already talked about. Where's my paring knife? Hello. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's got a little a little potato on it. Okay. Ready? So you're going to take your knife and you're going to cut right down a side. And then you're going to go around and just take the guts out, the peppers. Now, it's planting time. You can save your pepper seeds and use these for beautiful red pepper. Just dry them a little bit and clean them up, and they plant beautifully. Now, you see the pith in this? You see that like textured area? It's kind of ribby and textured. And you can actually see the line where it begins. That is, this is called the pith of the pepper. Now, in Food and Healing, if you take this out, you're going to go underneath. You're going to press underneath. You see how my knife is right there? You see that? You're going to go underneath that and just slide right across. Now, why are you doing this? Because this is the part of the pepper that creates a lot of inflammation. And if you take this out, you only have the sweet part and flavor of the pepper, and it will help with the inflammation part of the pepper. Okay? I'll do it one more time. And then I think I gotta go. I got 2 minutes to get on a call. Look at that. We have 2 minutes to get that. Can we crank that? Is that possible? You guys in there? Let's keep our fragment. Did we do all our goals? Oh, let me see. All right, I'm gonna do 4 like galaxies. Let's do 4 galaxies. Let's see if we can get it. Let's be crazy. How to edit my goal. All right, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna be crazy. We're gonna do 4. Let's go. Let's go. Update. There we go. Thank you for my rose. All right, let's see if we can do it. So I'm gonna go right through here, and then I gotta go. Who's gonna? No way. Got our rose. Look at that. Done. Thank you, Health. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Look at that. It's gone. Now you have this beautiful pepper, and you can do with it what you. Yippee! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Health. Thank you, Pri. Oh my God, we're so close. Look at that. We can do it. Kim, yay! That's it. 500. That's all we're left with. And we got it. And we got our fragment back. Look at this. So now you're going to, here's our beautiful matchstick. Look at that. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Oh my God, we need one more and we are golden. Can we do it? Look at that beautiful pepper. A pot of gold. Ooh. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Now, if you want to do like a beautiful pepper for a salad, you're going to do a little bit bigger wedge, right? A little bit bigger stick, look, like this. And you're going to go all the way across. And this is going to determine the size of your dice, right? Now you're going to stack it up. Thank you guys. I appreciate that so much. Look, now I'm gonna post in the Book of Face, and maybe I'll post it in our Superfan. I have 2 cutting things, like 2 like lists of knives and like the different cuts. I'm gonna post both of those, and I'll send them to our super fans, and I'm gonna send them to the Book of Face. Thanks for the follow, guys. All right, my loves. We achieved all our goals this morning. We're at 94,000. I got 3 minutes to get on my call. Somebody is waiting for me. I hope that you learned something today. Remember, you don't have to be a speed chopper right away. All you have to do is practice. Just practice. Every time you cook, look these up. Remember what we did and try it and keep going, right? We have 5,000 more taps. I got to get on that call. We could do it. Let's hit the 100. Thank you so much for being here. Our 53 people, our small but mighty group. We did it. I really am grateful. I believe her favorite knives are in the gallery. Yes, my favorite knives, guys, are in my showcase. My TikTok showcase. That's all we talked about today. That's it. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow I will be in the kitchen cooking my butt off, so you can follow me there. And then bye. Say those are my words, small but mighty. Yes, to Coin Robin, we're a small but mighty group. We got 3,000 more taps. Come on, we'll walk into the office while I get ready. I'm gonna leave this right here. This is a beautiful picture, actually, isn't it? I hope you guys learned something today, honestly. All my favorite knives are in the, what do you call it? In the showcase. So you can check them out there. Health and fitness, thank you so much. Hold on, I think I followed you. Let me see. I am following you, good. I'm tapping 2,000 away. We're almost there. Woohoo! We did it. I will see you guys all tomorrow morning. I'm going to be working on a bunch of stuff. I will post the pictures of my favorite knives and some of our favorite cuts. We didn't even get to talk about honing our knives or sharpening them today, so we'll do it again. I know we've talked about it before, but it's good on the repeat, you know? Oh my God, we're close. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for all your support today. I hope you learned something. The Organic Food Movement, don't forget to follow. Follow, follow, follow. Oh my God, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. I will see you guys all tomorrow morning. We did it. Love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you, thank you, thank you.